Good morning, everybody. I'm going to take y'all along with me on this modification I'm going to do on this billy can. It's a grease pot that comes from Walmart. I know y'all have probably seen them in the backpacking community or the camping community, but I'm going to show you the modifications I'm going to do. There's a lot of videos out there about this, but this is kind of what I thought would work for me. Okay. The stuff you're going to need is a screwdriver, a pair of pliers, a Dremel, a piece of baling wire with some tape on it, a drum sander for the Dremel, an awl, and a screwdriver with a drill bit. Okay, now several of the mods I've already started on, so the video wouldn't be so long. So I'm going to show you what I did. The first thing I did is when I got this pot, I took a measuring cup and measured out one cup increments inside and marked it with my awl. I don't know if you can see on the inside right here where I marked it at. They're on both sides. Okay, you can see where I kind of scratched it in. Okay, the next thing I did is I took a tape measure, an alterations tape measure, one of the cloth tape measures. I marked right here at the spout, it being the center. Okay, then what I did is I measured, if you notice, I measured around and centered, you can see the mark right here, centered markings, so in that way I knew where I could put some holes at, which would level the thing. Next thing I did is I took the baling wire with the tape, and what I did is I went straight down with the baling wire on my marks. Okay, I'm gonna hurry along, but anyway, I took the baling wire and tried to mark across my marks, and I'll show you the reason why in just a second, why I did this. Anyway, it's not going to stay on for me, but anyway, you get the gist. What I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that whenever I put a handle on this to be able to set it over the fire, that it would be centered without this having to worry about this handle offsetting it. Now a lot of people just take this handle off, or they cut it, they modify it, but I'm gonna leave mine the way it is because I kind of like having that handle on there. If it starts getting in the way or anything whenever I put it in my pack, I'll take it off, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal if I put it along the side. Okay, the next thing I did, once I did that, I measured down to make sure I was going to get up under the strainer, and naturally I did. Then I took some picture hooks, some heavy duty picture hooks, and I marked, so the seam right here would be centered inside the groove right here, so in that way it would sit a little bit further in. Okay, and after that I took my drill and my drill bit and I drilled holes into it. Okay, and then the next thing I did is I took off the top. You see where the top is right here. I took the top off. I took an eye screw, right, and I measured down through the eye screw to see what length of the eye screw I did. Then I took the Dremel with the cutoff bit, and then I cut it off, making sure you leave the nut on whenever you cut it off, and that way when you back it back off, that it'll re-thread in case you mess up the threads. Now I didn't talk about that. I've got an eye screw and two heavy-duty picture hangers with two nuts and bolts with washers. Okay. So we're just about right now. We're at the point of where we're gonna do our modifications. Okay, I got my screwdriver and I got my pair of pliers. I'm just going to use pliers. I don't need no wrench or nothing like this because it's not like I'm gonna be torquing it down real hard. Okay, but the first thing I want to do is I want to take an alcohol pad. Yeah, I should have mentioned too that you need a Sharpie to be able to do your marks right here. Yeah, but these grease pots here, you can't always find them at Walmart, because I'd been looking for several months, and then just so happened that I found it. Got lucky. So I'm gonna take these marks off so it don't look so ugly. I want to do that before I put my screws in. Okay, I didn't use no permanent Sharpie. I used one of the overhead projector Sharpies is what I used. So it's pretty easy to come off. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take me a nut and a bolt and washer. Okay, now I'm going to put my washer on the inside of the pot. Okay, taking one of my picture hangers, we'll run my screw through, put it through my hole, put my washer on. Oops, the little bitty washers, big hands. Okay, next thing, go ahead and thread my nut on. Okay, I already see that I'm gonna have to do some more cutting on this on these screws on the inside. So I can do that later. I just want to show y'all. Okay, get my pliers. Hold down on that. Now these screws I have, they're either flat tip or Phillips. Okay. And what I'm going to do is just hold the nut on the back and screw down the screw. Okay, trying to make sure that I keep that kind of centered. Do the other one. And sometimes I'm gonna talk the camera I use. I know a lot of people that watch the videos. I know they know that the camera isn't a great camera that I use. I use a little Jazz camera. It's the cheapest one I have. I am currently looking for a new camera that I can take pictures with and videos. If anybody has any suggestions, what I'm looking for one, about $100 is the most I can afford. So I know I ain't gonna get no real good one. But if anybody's got any suggestions for a better camera than what I have, I'd be more than willing to take some suggestions, because I really need ideas. I've never been a big camera buff, but I do want to get a better video camera, so that way I can do better videos for y'all. Well, not so much for y'all, but for me, because I think most people, they start the YouTube thing just for themselves. Okay, if you notice that the screws are sticking out inside here, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take my Dremel on my cutoff wheel, and I'm going to have to cut these screws off so they're a little bit shorter. I don't want them poking out. It's not going to hurt nothing. They're perfectly fine the way they are, but I just want to cut them off in case, like I cook spaghetti or ramen or whatever inside here, the noodles don't catch on here. Okay. Now, everybody, I don't know if you know, but it comes with a grease strainer. Now, I'm going to try in a little while to pour my old coffee grounds down in here and see if this will hold while I'm pouring my coffee, and see if it'll keep the grounds in. I doubt if it will, but hey, I'm going to give it a try anyway. Okay, that pretty much takes care of the pot right here. Everybody kind of understands the reason why I'm doing this. Is because I'm going to use this for a pot hanger to hang over the top of my fire. Okay, next thing we do, I'm going to go ahead and take this plastic handle off, because it'll probably melt if I leave it in the fire anyway. And plus, I don't want to be reaching across the fire to take this lid off to see if my food's cooked or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to keep it. It may come in handy for something else. I've got a box sitting over here that I keep small parts and cans and stuff that I use in. Now this eye bolt, what I did is I already measured, and so that way it would fit down inside the lid here where it wouldn't interfere. So it interfere where it'd go on with the strainer on, with this handle right here for the strainer. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is put that. Got a flat washer. Okay, then the next thing I'm gonna do is put another flat washer on it. Then I'm gonna put a lock washer on it. Okay, now I'm gonna take my nut. Now if I can get it threaded, let me move it up closer where I can adjust it a little bit better. Now, come on. Okay, now I'm going to torque this down a little bit. Okay, got it torqued down. Now this has little lips on it, so it does kind of lock in on the pot, if you notice. And one of the other reasons why I wanted this eye bolt, so in that way if I had a stick or something like that, I could stick in here and lift it and be able to put the lid back on without getting burnt or having to wear my gloves. Now I know I'll have to wear my gloves whenever I take it off the fire or take it off the hanger, but I always carry gloves with me anyway. I'm a firm believer in gloves. Okay, let me show you the reason why I wanted to put these. Ooh, let me get this tape off. I always carry baling wire with me too. A few pieces of 2-3 foot wire. Okay. Now all I got to do now is run my baling wire up in there, make me some hooks on here. Now it's going to probably look like it's crooked, but once I get water in it, I done checked it. It's not crooked when it hangs, and even if it does, it's not that crooked. But whenever I actually hang it, it'll hang straight. I might have to adjust these just a little bit so they're more centered. But anyway, it'll hang fine once I get water in it. For some reason, it shifts whenever I got water in it, and of course, put my lid on there. Now I've heard somebody say something about making a percolator for this, and I reckon running a tube up through there somehow and soldering it on. I don't know. I couldn't find the video or anything on YouTube about it, but I'm gonna keep looking. If I do that, I'll get back to y'all and show you how to do that. But I'm kind of hoping that if with just a little bit of this open, whenever I pour it, it'll strain some of the coffee grounds. If not, it ain't no big deal. Everybody's used to the campfire, the GI coffee. So anyway, that's the mods that I'm gonna do for right now. If something happens where I don't care about how it's working, then I'll do some more modifications on it, like taking this handle off or cutting it off, making it smaller. I think I have seen one guy that had taken it, cut it right here, flattened this out, and then made a loop right here, which that might be what I end up doing. But anyway, for right now, that's my mods on my grease pot or billy can. Okay, why ain't we going down in here? Well, I've never had no problem with this before. Now all of a sudden it's not wanting to go down on there. But we'll figure this out. But anyway, there's my billy can mod. Okay, we're going to take it out today, and I'm going to go fishing in a little bit, and I'm going to make some coffee. And I might make a video of that anyway. Y'all take care. Have a great day.